Coach Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com. What's your final decision on the starting five for tonight?
Yeah, so we're going to go back, and our focus the last 2 days is being the best version of us. So we're going to go back with Amir. And one of the things that's really, as I've looked at it and looked at all of the starts, not only from the playoffs but the regular season, I thought we actually started better than the score in Game 2. And then the only other time we had all 5 starters together because of injuries were Game 4 of the regular season in a game that we played fairly well. So we'll see. Challenge, right? They're a challenge. They're a great challenge out of the gate. It's not about the one starting spot that has been rotating. I think, we all have to start better. And that's the bottom line. And, we'll see how we go.
And talking about being the best version of yourselves, what have you guys focused on in doing that over the last 48 hours?
We've focused on everything that we need to be successful in this game, and that's easier said than done. Starts with being tough with the ball, starts with setting your defense. Obviously being as solid as you can on both ends of the floor and finishing plays. There's a lot that goes into all of that. There's a lot of layers to that. We weren't very good at any of them on Thursday night. Washington was excellent. But, our focus has been on being a better us.
Steve Weiner from the AP. Brad, when you say you've gone back and looked at all the starts, is there anything you've isolated as something that's caused it that you can now plug in and talk to your guys about?
Yeah, Washington. Well, there's a lot that we're not doing, but Washington's caused it. They've been great. We got to be better.
Coach, you had a lot of praise for Otto Porter during the regular season when you guys played the Wizards. What type of impact do you think he's made on this series?
He's been very good. The other night he was exceptionally good, I thought. Whenever he scores in the paint and he's comfortable like he was, it's a tough night. When they have Bogdanovich and Porter scoring in addition to Beal and Wall, that's a tough group to guard. So he's a really good player. He's continued to get better. I like his story because of the fact that he didn't play much as a rookie and just kept working at it, and now has become a really tough guy to stop.
Brad, in the playoffs, we always hear about how teams have to make adjustments throughout the series, and Washington made an adjustment in how it approached you in the last game. So I'm imagining you have adjustments planned too. My question is, when you come into a game like this and you have your adjustments planned, how much thought have you given to adjustments that they might make, and you already have some counters to that, as opposed to just seeing what happens throughout the game?
You're thinking about all those things, and I think sometimes little subtle things can be real difference makers. Sometimes it's something more noticeable. But at the end of the day, you're where you are because of what you've done. And I think that, again, for us, we have to be better in what we do. And then we'll see what we need to adjust to. And I think that that's where we weren't good enough. Thursday night's a hard game to evaluate because of how good they were and how bad they made us play. From our standpoint, obviously they did some things that were somewhat unique, but not too unique. But they did it really hard. And that's what I said yesterday. Like they, with how they were guarding our guys or with how they were playing on offense, they were doing it at full throttle. And so no matter what, you want to be able to adjust appropriately, but do that. And they did a better job than we did on Thursday night.
Brad, how physical do you expect tonight to be? And if it does get more physical, who does that benefit?
Well, I think it's going to be a physical basketball game. Good basketball teams are physical. Obviously, there's a line that can't be crossed, but good teams at this level and in the playoffs with 8 teams left, it's going to be a physical game.
You may have talked about this yesterday, but do you take exception to Kelly Olynyk being called a dirty player?
I'm not sure where that narrative starts. I guess, he set a screen. It was called a common foul. It was reviewed by the league. The league determined it was a common foul. And another guy rushed him and chucked him on the ground. So, you know, I understand all of the stories of the past, and I understand we've got to talk about something with 3 days in between games, but, you know, we know Kelly. I'm around Kelly every day.